And we are live.
Yeah, elbow me.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here on the channel, Film Stock Live, a special edition. Barbenheimer was a success. We're here to talk about that, so drop all your Barbenheimer questions, comments, concerns. We'll talk all about our experience. I think up front would be a fun way to do this. And then yeah, we'll roll with it. So hit the like button if you guys are in here or on the replay. I know that a lot of you guys catch us on the replay because of the time zone difference. The way to guarantee that you get your question, comment, concern answered or talked about is through Super Chats. Also a great way to help support me and the channel. And check out the Patreon, as you guys can see, scrolling there. You want the Discord server, extra videos, early access to videos, all that stuff. That is linked down below. But let's talk Barbenheimer. Let's do it. So real quick, let's recap our day with it, I guess. Let's recap our experience with both movies. So
You've seen both twice. I've seen Barbie twice and Oppenheimer once.
Yes.
Because he didn't take me to see Oppenheimer with him. But that's okay. Do you want to move the mic closer to us?
Yeah, definitely, actually. It's probably better right there, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's seen both twice. I've only seen Barbie twice, and I saw Oppenheimer once. Mm-hmm. Which one did you like more?
I liked Oppenheimer more.
I liked Barbie more.
Yeah, figures.
But I also liked Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
And you also like Barbie.
Yeah. But we kind of knew before. We literally said, like, it's pretty much written on the wall what movie each of us will like more.
I'll talk about why I didn't like Oppenheimer as much as I like Barbie.
Yeah.
It's very simple. I just don't do history. Like, he's the only reason I passed A-Push.
That's AP United History.
Yes,
United
AP
History,
US History.
For those who don't know.
I don't like it. I don't enjoy history at all. That being said, though, sorry, I'm just getting this back. It feels too close to you. That being said, it was fun. The first hour of the movie.
Oppenheimer was fun.
Oppenheimer, yeah, it was enjoyable. The first hour of the movie, though, was kind of just there, waiting for things to happen, waiting for me to really, I guess, get my bearings on the story and how Christopher Nolan was like sharing it, because we were kind of popping all over the place, and I feel like that first hour could have maybe been a little shorter, or maybe I'll enjoy it more when I watch it a second time around. I don't know. But then we get to I would say the bomb dropping is the second.
I don't want to really talk spoilers here because not a lot of people have seen the movies.
Hey, spoiler alert! They drop a bomb.
Well, no, I didn't know how far into it you were going to go.
I was just asking if it was second act in your opinion.
It is roughly in the middle of the movie.
That was enjoyable.
Even then, I just feel like.
And then the third act, I enjoyed.
Yeah.
The most.
Yeah, for sure.
But the first act, I was just kind of like.
Mm-hmm. So.
I liked Barbie a lot. You go. Yeah.
So I like both movies. A lot higher on Oppenheimer. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. Barbie more like a 3.5 out of 5. And that's that. I wanted to say I wanted to more so go through our day.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Continue.
You lead.
Okay. So we saw Barbie on Tuesday early. Why was that bothering you?
Your phone's going to die.
It is?
Yeah, it's red.
Yeah, it's on 17%. So, we saw Barbie Tuesday, and then I saw Oppenheimer Thursday, and then Saturday we got together with some friends, and we did a whole day out of it. We did brunch, and then we did Oppenheimer at 11:45 in the morning, which got out at 3:15. Then we had some food after, wings for the win, and then at 4:45 in the evening more so, we saw Barbie, and after that we hung out and talked about the cinema. So we didn't go back to back, and if you did, more power to you. I would not have been able to do back to back, 15 minutes in between. That would have been too much.
Doing both in one day was at all was a bit much. Back to back would have been crazy.
Yeah. So that was kind of our day with Oppenheimer. I love Oppenheimer. It's I have a Nolan ranking out. It's my 4th favorite Nolan movie. But yeah, I love it, and it hasn't escaped my mind really.
I'm really bad with names. So in Oppenheimer, in both storylines, names kept being mentioned, and I'm like, I don't know who we're talking about right now, unless it's Oppenheimer or Strauss, however the fuck you pronounce it. I'm like, I have no idea who we're talking about right now. Mm-hmm. Genuinely.
Damn. We had completely different viewing experiences, probably, right?
Are you better with names?
Well, no, I mean, It definitely, there's a lot of names in it. There's a lot of names in the movie for sure. But you said to me, I mean, these are your words, not my words. Say what you said about Oppenheimer.
What did I say?
Say it.
I forget.
You said you wish that someone could have.
Oh, I wish I could shrink.
Someone could have literally
I
explained
wish I
the
could
movie
put
to
a
you or
little
something.
history buff in my ear. Like, I wish I could get wired up and have them explain what's happening in the movie to me as I watch it. Or ideally, we could watch it and then they could pause the movie and be like, so what just happened in this scene is so-and-so is talking about
Coach King just breaks
so-and-so.
down the movie.
That I want him to do that desperately.
Commentary. Coach
like,
King
I need
commentary.
Because
yeah.
Everything else I enjoyed. The music, absolutely stunning. I loved the score. Like, it was beautiful. I think it might be not my favorite score in a Nolan film, obviously, because Interstellar exists, but it might be second. Honestly, it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Inception would be above it. But
in terms of scores?
It's definitely top 3 in terms of scores.
Man, it's so good.
I'm a big Hans Zimmer.
You've got the Interstellar, Inception,
this music
Dark
is
Knight trilogy, Tenet.
Very different from Hans Zimmer, though. Like, there's different instruments being used that Hans Zimmer doesn't necessarily utilize or focus on. Yeah. And I enjoyed it a lot. Like, there were moments where I was watching it and I wasn't focused on the scene. I was focused on the music. I enjoy the visuals. Like, I want a little featurette of how Christopher Nolan did all of these things to make them practical, because he didn't use any CGI. I'd love a little featurette of like behind the scenes of how he did it, because I know he like just did things in smaller scales to make it look. However, I'd love to see how he did that, because I thought the visuals were stunning. Acting performances were astounding. Shout out to Emily Blunt in particular. I think she was my favorite performance in the movie. Her and RDJ pretty much probably tied for me. But when it came to like, I guess like the plot and like following all these characters, and that's kind of where it got lost. And that's not on the film, that's on me. And I said that in my Letterboxd review. I was like, this is nothing on the film, nothing on Christopher Nolan, none of that. This is literally all on me and my inability to retain certain information when I watch film. That's all it is. Like, I just don't do names. I don't do names.
It is a dialogue heavy movie where there's a lot of names flying around. So the first time second viewing helped me so much with the timeline and everything. That's how it is with most Nolan movies. But yeah, B Goat says, I'm seeing both tonight. Well, good luck if you're doing them back to back. More power to you. Like I said, that's a long ask. If you're not taking any, I think an hour between minimum would be ideal. Oppenheimer or Guardians Volume 3?
Guardians for me.
Guardians for you, yeah. I have seen both movies twice. I think I'm going to have to watch them both again before the end of the year to make this for real. But I'll say one of these movies made me cry and made me laugh and all these things. Another movie is one of the best made movies I've ever seen. So it's really, really, really difficult. It's difficult as hell, actually. I think Oppenheimer's a better movie. Favorite-wise, that's where it gets tougher for me. I think Vol 3 is more rewatchable, and that goes without saying because it's shorter. It's the Guardians, come on. But I don't know. Oppenheimer is a better movie, in my opinion. I'll say that much. We got Tobin Bell in the house. By the way, Saw X moved up a whole month. September 29th. Saw Patrol is happening. We got all the fast food joints in here. If you guys know, you know. If you don't, you're probably like, what the hell's going on here? Let's see.
I know let's talk about Barbie and Oppenheimer, but I'll answer the one about Ghostbusters.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We can answer this one too.
Answer this one, yeah.
I plead the fifth. I actually refuse to answer.
Yeah, and then we'll answer this as well. We'll intersperse some regular Q&As with Barbenheimer.
It's funny. I literally posted a photo of Dominic Monaghan and what's his face? Blanking out his name. Why?
Billy Boyd.
Thank you.
Yep.
On my story today, they were together. They posted on Instagram. I was like, they're literally my fathers.
Nice.
My actual parents.
I don't think this movie, by the way, this Ghostbusters movie there's no way in hell it comes out this year.
Oh, for sure.
It's slated for December release. That's not even.
When it does come out, though, I think it will do well. I'm a Ghostbusters fan. Like, every Ghostbusters movie I've seen, I've enjoyed.
Fair.
Including the one with all the girls. Like, I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. Did your opinion of Barbie change after second viewing? I mean, like, it just solidified my ranking for me, you know? Why? Only you would be so upset that I gave a movie a positive score.
3. I mean, you could have given it 4, though. 4 out of 5.
I could have, but that would not be honest. 3.5 out of 5. That's like a 7 out of 10. Sorry, not everything can be a 5 out of 5 like you.
I only have given 4 movies 5 out of 5.
That's fair, I guess. I've given 3 5 out of 5s this year. Oppenheimer, Guardians 3.
We're almost even. I just have one above you.
I know, I was just joking. Anyway, no, not really. If anything, I liked it less on rewatch, frankly. But that's neither here nor there. I think the movie's very well made. It's hilarious. It's got a message that needs to be heard, but it's not. I don't think I'll watch it ever again. Probably. I just don't.
I left a sour taste in my mouth.
Okay. We have a podcast episode we're recording that'll be such a fun one later.
Are we talking about Barbie and Oppenheimer?
Literally going to be called Barbenheimer.
Are you going to be able to talk about it again because you're talking about it right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I will be. Starcourt, what's good? How you doing? Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Are you surprised the MI box office dropped so much this week? Not really. It came out the week before Barbie and Oppenheimer, and with those two, yeah, really bad timing. With those two movies coming out the week after, everyone saw Mission Impossible last week. So we went again, and I showed it to her. But I mean, like the masses, and no one was going to see this movie. This was the 4th, I think, highest grossing movie of the weekend. And I think they should have not delayed it, but maybe dropped it. Not everything has to drop in the summer. Mm-hmm. I know there's a lot of studios, a lot of big movies coming out, but because of the competition on a week-to-week basis, that's why a lot of these movies have underperformed. And I mean, it's a really good movie. It's just competition. So that's the deal with that. Do you think either Barbie or Oppenheimer will reach 1 billion?
I think Barbie could.
Barbie could. Oppenheimer, no. Barbie could.
Barbie has a big audience.
It's just a matter of if it will have long legs or not. It has got, I think, 337 worldwide already. Great start. Great start. Can it maintain? I'm very interested to see the domestic drop week 1 to week 2.
Yeah.
That will be a tell for me. If it's high 90s or 80s even, that's fantastic for week 2. If it's a huge drop, we'll see. Like, did a lot of people just show up week 1 for the double feature for the event? Or will people say, hey, I really like Barbie, let's go watch it again? That's what I want to see. Are parents going to continue to take their kids with word of mouth? Who knows? It's huge.
I would take my mom to see it.
Yeah, so I'm personally very interested to see how it plays out. I don't think right now I'll say Barbie gets high 900s or $1 billion. Oppenheimer, maybe 500 to 600.
Which one do you
worldwide.
think will have more of a drop off?
Oppenheimer. Yeah, it's R-rated. That's why.
I think even if it wasn't R-rated, it still would.
Yeah, it's a historical biopic.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What's good, Gavin? How you doing? We already answered that one. I saw Barbie today. I wish it was a bit longer. I think we could have developed it a bit more, but it was still a fun time. Did you talk about fixing trucks, cars, or watching The Godfather today, Chris? If you know what this is referring to, then you know. And yes, I explained the entire origin of The Godfather. No,
I wish you could have explained Oppenheimer while we were watching it.
I mean, I could have explained it because I had seen the movie, though. If it was the first time, I would have also, for a Nolan movie, the way it's told, there are certain reveals in the movie where when you have that information on second viewing, it's like way more of an enjoyable experience. Mm-hmm. Mainly the timeline, honestly. We have a super chat from Gavin. Thank you for the super chat. What's one movie you guys wish you could see in theaters? Since we're talking about Nolan, I wish I saw The Dark Knight, but I was only 6. Valid. I never saw The Dark Knight in theaters, but I got to rectify not seeing Inception in theaters because we got to see that one. Mm-hmm. It re-released in 2020 for 10-year anniversary. So I saw that one. I also saw Interstellar. I'm gonna say not a Nolan movie, but I want to hear your answer.
My answer is The Winter Soldier. I didn't become a Marvel fan until 2017 because of him. So my first Marvel movie in theaters that I was like a conscious Marvel fan of, because I saw the Avengers, and according to my dad, we saw the first Avenger when it came out. But my first like conscious Marvel movie was Spider-Man: Homecoming, and then Thor: Ragnarok, and then et cetera from here on out. But I didn't get to see The Winter Soldier, obviously, because I wasn't a Marvel fan at the time, and it's my favorite, and I really would have enjoyed seeing that. Being a Bucky fan, like it just would have been fun to watch. Yeah. Or Civil War.
Damn.
Because like I didn't get to see that, and like I wish I could experience being a Marvel fan and seeing the Winter Soldier trailer drop and being like, oh my god, it's Bucky.
It was a time.
Like,
yeah.
I didn't get to experience any of that. So.
Yeah, that is crazy now that I think about it. Like, because I've told you, I went Saturday and I saw Civil War in the morning, and then I went at night with my friends.
Do you remember when we watched all the Marvel movies for the first time? Did I have a reaction to Bucky dying in the first Avenger? Like, was I like, does he die? Because I don't think I knew.
I don't think you were obsessed with him at first.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
The obsession with Sebastian Stan came after the obsession for Bucky.
Yeah, I think so. So, I honestly, I don't know, Cam. That would have been a time though for you to have.
Yeah,
I'm glad that I got to introduce you to it. You didn't miss Infinity War Endgame because then
my sister's starting to watch those soon because she's at that point in her watching MCU.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I didn't miss those. But it would have been nice to watch like Civil War or something like that.
James with this question, I got to cross one off the list this year with Raiders. That was always on my list. True. That was cool. You know what really irks me about that viewing experience for the first 10 minutes was, I don't want to get too into it. Someone was like in our seats.
Yeah, it was weird.
And that is like acting a fool in the theater is the worst thing you can do. And it's like, get out of my seat.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, it was just this thing. And I think I've explained it more somewhere else or something, but eventually, essentially we walked in the theater and like our seats were taken. We were like, these are our seats. And then someone like got up and moved, but then they were still in our seat and it was just really awkward. And I was like, hopefully they just are in our seats and we're in their seats. And that was the case, but it was just like, read your ticket and use common sense. Very irritating that happened, but yeah. Raiders was one. And then another one, an obvious one actually would be Star Wars. The first Star Wars is a movie I would love to see on the big screen, and Back to the Future. Those are two. I've seen a lot of Star Wars movies on the big screen. Empire. I missed Return of the Jedi when it did its anniversary, but I think they're going to do A New Hope in 2027 probably. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you for the super chat, Gavin. Let's see where we were in this chat. We were right around here. Mm-hmm. Well, I hope you enjoy. Oppenheimer. Yeah, Oppenheimer for the jokes, Barbie for the emotional trauma. That meme has been all around online. That's probably why I didn't love Oppenheimer like a lot of people. Not a history guy in school. The middle hour was my favorite. Me and Jacob were like this. Yeah, I'm not a history girly, and that's okay. But I mean, I'm a history girly for like certain things. Like I love watching Titanic documentaries. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was just, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I do enjoy biopics. That's what this was, right? Biopic, yep. Like or movies about history, or movies that sort of extend or expand on history, or even add fictional elements to history. I do enjoy movies like that. I think what got me here was the fact that it was Christopher Nolan doing it, mm-hmm. and Christopher Nolan does these really like awesome sort of like plot twisty timeline things in his movies, and they're always super cool. And it was still cool in Oppenheimer, but that's not the way that I, a simple-minded woman in this case, like to perceive my history, because I already am bad at it in the first place. But like the parts of the movie that involve science, I was here for, because I'm a science person. Like, mm-hmm. I do science and math, like that is my thing. Yeah. But yeah. Fair. There you have it. Do you think Ryan Gosling or Cillian Murphy is more likely to win the Oscar for Best Male Lead? I don't think they're in the same category. Well, technically, he is the male lead of the film. So I say Ryan, he should be nominated for lead. Oh, really? He should be. He's the male lead of the film. Oh, okay. But the Oscars are so weird sometimes. They might want to put him in supporting. I don't know. I can see him in supporting. Cillian, it's his to lose, in my opinion, right now. His Oscar to lose for lead actor. That phrasing is confusing me. Like he has it already? Yeah. Okay. It's his to lose, meaning it's his. Someone has to come take it from him. He's got it in the bag. Gotcha. His to lose. Cillian for lead, and then for supporting, I think Robert Downey Jr. Gotcha. And honestly, Emily Blunt for either supporting or lead. I think they would probably go supporting. You think You think Oppie's gonna sweep? I think. Yeah. Do you think Margot could get a nom or even win for Best Actress? I think she'll get nominated. I don't think she'll win. because it's like her fourth or fifth best performance, and she didn't win for the other one. So if she didn't win for I, Tonya, she's gonna have to wait it out just like everyone else is. Like Leo, you know, it's annoying.
She should have won for I, Tonya.
Yeah, 100%.
Who won that year?
Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. She's good in the movie, but she's not as good as that. And I will say this: the Oscars have such a bias for Frances McDormand. She's won 3 Oscars. Like she's great, but
I don't know who that is.
Come on now. She wasn't the best of the year to me. Anyway, I even think Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird was better than her. But do I think either film was overhyped? No, I don't. I think both movies are warranted of their praise. Where would you rank the Oppenheimer score compared to other Nolan films? We kind of talked about this earlier. I would say it's just going to go higher and higher the more time passes. Tenet is really great.
I need to watch
Tenet and Oppenheimer are high, but I have, the whole Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Interstellar, Tenet, and Oppenheimer are the 5 best scores. It's in there. It's in the mix somewhere.
I don't have a connection to the Dark Knight score as much as you do. Gun to my head, probably couldn't hum it for you. I'm so serious. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
I think my number 1 Nolan score is Interstellar, and it always will be.
Yeah.
But after that, it's dealer's choice. I think it could be Inception and then Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Depends on what I'm in the mood for. Just because Oppenheimer is very different, I think, from most of the other movies.
The Tenet score is so sick. I've been clamoring to rewatch it.
Who does that one?
Ludwig.
Okay, yeah.
He's the new Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
To be honest, and that's like not even. He's already won an Oscar. He did Black Panther.
The new one or the old one?
The first Black Panther.
Okay,
I think he did Wakanda, but I'm not sure. Mandalorian season 1, Creed 1 and 2, I believe, and then he's done Tenet and now Oppenheimer.
He has a very different style from Hans Zimmer.
Oh, it's game changing. It's like he almost creates new sounds in his scores. It's like I fucking love it.
I just feel like Ludwig utilizes different parts of orchestras than Hans Zimmer does.
Yeah, he does.
And it's not bad or good.
I love it.
Great in their respective ways.
Yep. As a history guy, I can't wait for Oppenheimer. We'll definitely enjoy it if you're a fan of history. Oppenheimer is film of the year. Seeing it again on Wednesday in IMAX, hell yeah. Barbie completely surprised me. I can't get the Ken song out of my head. I can't either.
Neither can he. Trust me.
I have been singing it ad nauseum. Yeah. Oh, come on. Which is the better song of the year? It's I'm Just Ken, and it's not even close.
The one that has
not even close.
Than like one word in the whole song, I think. Does he say anything else besides the word peaches?
Yeah, but it's like not much, I will be real.
If anyone who wasn't Jack Black sang that song, it would be trash.
100%. And Jack Black is the reason it's good. But I would say, if you're watching this and you've watched the channel for months and you specifically know how I feel about that movie, I'm like not a big fan of it. One of those songs is actually irritating, and the other song is actually a banger. So that's kind of how I feel.
Ryan Gosling ate it up bad. Like he ate it up so good.
I'm saving my reaction for I'm Just Ken. That's what I did. I heard a really quick I heard this on TikTok. Ready? I'm Just Ken. And so I scrolled. That's all I'd heard prior
like the intro part where he's like, that's all I heard before seeing the movie.
Is it 2 p.m. for anyone else? It's 3:30 out here. You did both back to back, 10 a.m. and then 12:15. Yeah, it's a long day. The cinema. So from like 10 to 3:15 roughly, you were in the movies. It sounds like. Which is better, Inception or Oppenheimer? I still have Inception at my number 1 Nolan movie. Spoilers for my ranking, but I love Oppenheimer as well. Let's see where we at in the chat. Felipe, good afternoon. Ryan, appreciate you. Thank you. Where would you? We already answered that one. Already answered some of these, so we're skipping around here. Again, Super Chat's the way to go if you got one that you want to guarantee we answer. It's also a way to help support the channel. And hit that like button if you guys are in there. It means a lot. All right. Ooh, Oppenheimer Dead Reckoning Part 1. Give me Oppenheimer.
Hang on,
I like Dead Reckoning Part 1. I've seen it twice now. On rewatch, I think more than any movie recently, the runtime is extremely felt. And I do think it's a very, very, very good movie. It's my 4th favorite Mission Impossible. Damn good action movie. It's a badass movie. But it is it's a little too long.
I don't actually have an answer for this. They're both 4 out of 5 stars for me.
Mm-hmm.
So me being someone who is just a movie enjoyer, I'm not a critic, I'm not a reviewer, I don't really do stuff like that. I talk about movies, but I'm not as good and like analytical and professional as he is. Like he really knows how to really look at a movie
You
and
don't have to say all that stuff.
explain his thoughts very well.
I
I
guess.
just go to the movies, right? So when I have movies at the same ranking, like we were talking about this earlier, I think Oppenheimer versus Across the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, which one's better? We were having that conversation earlier, and I was like, I don't think I could ever answer like or compare those movies to me, because not only are they different, like one's live action and one's animated, but like the concept of them is just so different. It's like one's a true story, one is fully fictional. I struggle when it comes to comparing movies, and so Oppenheimer and Mission Impossible 7 are both 4 out of 5 stars for me. On my ranking, I technically have Mission Impossible right above Oppenheimer, but if movies have the same star for me, they're equal in my mind. So like Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, and Little Mermaid all have 4 out of 5 stars. They're all very equal. I couldn't compare them. They're just so different. Mission Impossible is like a lot of full-on straight action. Oppenheimer doesn't really have any action. Yeah. It's just hard for me to compare.
I say Oppenheimer is the best made movie of the year, personally. Yeah. To answer the Spider-Verse thing. I know they're very different, but I think Oppenheimer is better.
But like the thing with phrasing it as best made movie of the year, I then think about how long it took to animate every single frame of Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Fair. I don't want to get into it.
Keep going.
But when I've been asked the question, here's what I always use to kind of guide my answer when I'm asked about Spider-Verse. It's the biggest. We've gotten we've gotten 2 part ones. We got a few part ones this year, but in recent memory, I think it still does have a complete story, but it is the most, oh man, I really, really, really need part 2 right now movie of them all. Mm-hmm. Whereas a lot of these movies I'm comparing it to have like full, like the movies are complete, and that's kind of why sometimes I will say, oh, I'm fine dropping Spider-Verse a little lower because I love it. Spidey for life. I mean, I saw the movie 3 times in theaters. I haven't seen any other movie 3 times in theaters, so rewatchability wise, it's high. But I think there's just better movies this year. Yeah. Anyway,
thank you. Super chat.
We have 2 super chats. Will Oppenheimer at least get nominated? Oh yeah, 100%. And thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna rattle off the Oscars this movie's getting nominated for.
Go ahead.
Best Picture, Best Director for Christopher Nolan, Best Adapted Screenplay because it's based on the novel American Prometheus, Best Lead Actor Cillian Murphy, Best Supporting Actor Robert Downey Jr., Best Supporting Actress Emily Blunt. I think it'll go supporting with her.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it gets Best Cinematography, Best Score. I think it gets Best Sound because they merge the sound, so that's production. 9. I think Best Visual Effects, which I'm hesitant about, but they gave it to 1917. Yeah, just for the Trinity testing.
Visual effects is different from CGI.
So that we're at 10. I'll go 11 production design. They love to just throw that one in there.
Yeah.
Because they recreated that.
I think that would go to Barbie though.
So that's 11 right now. And I'm probably missing. There's no original song. What else? What other technical categories would I be missing? Sound, cinematography, editing. I mean, you never know.
Do you think it could get costume? I don't think it could get costume.
It could get costume.
It could get nominated, but it won't win.
We're talking about potentially 13 nominations here. This will be, out of all the movies, I promise you, this will be the most nominated film. That being said, a lot of movies get nominated for 13 and only win a few. So, to me, if I had to give this movie 1 Oscar right now, well, if I had to, like, out of personal preference, it's Christopher Nolan's time. If not now, when? The man has changed cinema.
Never won an Oscar?
He's never won the Oscar for Best Director. If not now, when? I think it's Nolan's. I think Nolan's got to get director this year.
I will say Greta Gerwig has to get nominated for Best Director. And if
I think she will.
I'm going to throw something at the Academy. I'm going to find them wherever they
Well, there's 5 slots. Chris Nolan, Greta Gerwig, that leaves 3. I think Scorsese is a lock just because it's Martin Scorsese. That leaves 2 slots after that. So what will they be? We'll have to see. There's a lot of big Oscar type movies coming out.
When she didn't get on there for Little Women, I felt like it was blasphemy.
Yeah, fair.
Blasphemy.
That was fair. Yeah. Mythic Hellfire. I love the is that Ed from The Lion King? I think it is. The hyena.
This is the stupid one.
Yes. Do you think there will still be releases next year with the strike? Yeah.
Far and few between. Looks like they're delaying. Like, so Challengers got delayed for, I think, April of 2024?
Yeah.
And that was supposed to come out later this year. So if more movies follow that and start to delay, They're delaying it because studios are delaying movies because they want the strikes to end, but not like with a fair agreement. They want the strikers to have to come back to work because they need money, and they're delaying the movies because the actors can't promote the film, and that's like very important. Like press tours, premieres, all that stuff is super important for movies. And using challengers as an example, they're like, if Zendaya can't like promote this movie, what is the point? I really hope that no other movies get delayed, because if that's the case, then it's just gonna suck. And
I think it's super stupid to delay a movie like Dune.
Yeah.
Or a movie like...
But if they can't have Zendaya, Timothée Chalamet, sorry. Zendaya and Tom, just synonymous in my head.
Yeah.
If they can't have Zendaya, Timothy, Florence, Rebecca Ferguson, all these people promote this movie. It's a very, very star-studded cast. You think they're going to allow that movie to come out without any star promotion?
Yeah, there's a simple solution.
Oh, yeah. Pay your workers. Yeah. Pay your workers. You don't have to... Guess what? If you pay your workers, you don't have to delay your movies, and you make more money.
I saw a figure today that, like, I think it would cost $23 million a studio, or like Disney, $23 million, like for the whole year to make the agreement.
That's like spare change in their pocket. So, that's crazy.
I don't know all the ins and outs. I have never claimed to be an expert on this whole situation, but something's got to give, you know?
It's like from what I've heard, the studios aren't even at the negotiation table anymore. They literally were like, we are not going to give you what you want, and then walked away. And that was that.
This could be leading to the dark times, to the empire.
It's just like gross.
Yeah, really. So it sucks. It really does. We got another super chat with the Bugs Bunny profile picture. Thank you. Nolan should have won for The Dark Knight, Inception, The Prestige, and Interstellar by now, especially Interstellar. He should have won.
Did he get nominated for Interstellar?
No. That movie didn't get nominated for much, I don't think. He was nominated for... I don't even think he was nominated for director for Inception. Let's actually go. He was nominated for Dunkirk, which I think I could argue he should have won for his direction in that movie. I mean, I really do love what he did with that.
I read Styles. You know Benedict Bridgerton is in Dunkirk.
Oh, wow.
Didn't know that. He plays like an officer.
Did not know that. We're on Nolan's IMDb. He's been nominated for 5 Oscars. Technically motion picture for Dunkirk, director, and then he's only been nominated for director once in his whole career for Dunkirk. He was nominated for motion picture and screenplay for Inception and screenplay for Memento.
That's so far away from
The Dark Knight did not get nominated for its screenplay or for its direction or best picture.
Wow.
Sickening, really. Yeah, that's a disgusting, actually. He should have won multiple Oscars by now, and I think this is his time. It really is one of those, if not now, win scenarios. Oppenheimer is a movie that, I mean, I think it's time. I think it's time. Because all these other young guns, they'll have their time. He might not make after this, he might go back to making movies that don't appeal with, them as much. Like, he's always going to do something grand like Tenet was, but that didn't land, but I love it. But it's just, this is the one that he needs the Oscar for. So there's my rant. This is like, and if you guys know me real quick, I haven't really been high on the Oscars lately, but with a movie like that really invests me is when I get more into it. And with Oppenheimer being fully in the fold here, I'll be tuned. They got me, and it seems like that's going to have viewership up if the Oscars even happen next year.
Will anybody even be able to go?
I don't know. I just realized
I would feel so bad for Cillian Murphy if he wins an Oscar and he's not even there to accept it. No one, RDJ, if he wins an Oscar, I want him to be able to be there to accept it, and he can't.
Well, by God, hopefully
Christopher Nolan could be there because the directors are not.
Hopefully, he's technically.
Is he a writer?
Yeah, but I was gonna say, hopefully, this is all resolved. By then, good Lord, if it's not, that's a serious problem. Oscars? Usually, March. Hopefully.
You never know. These studios are booty holes.
Yeah, it's sad to see, honestly. Thank you guys for those super chats. Keep them coming, and we'll keep on answering the super chats immediately. It's a way to guarantee we get to your question, comment, concern.
We also stay longer on super chats. I feel like we talk about them longer.
All right, I'm trying to find where I was in the chat. We're close. Okay, we're very close to where we were, I think. What's your favorite 3-hour movie? Good question.
Give me some options, please.
Avengers Endgame, The Wolf of Wall Street, and I'm gonna say 2 hours and 49 minutes. I'm gonna round up. Interstellar, Oppenheimer,
Mm-hmm.
The Batman,
Oh,
The Sound of Music's damn near 3 hours. I want to say, is that it for you? Probably. I'm actually gonna clarify that.
it is. You're right.
It's like
Because the
3 hour
third act
movie.
is like you don't think it's gonna be there, but it is.
It's 2 hours and 52. So yeah, that's 3 hour
Yeah.
movie. That's a good one. I would say favorite.
Probably Sound of Music then for me.
Favorite for me. I mean, I think Endgame. We're talking specifically favorite. I love Endgame,
Yeah, mine.
but I also
would
love the
still be
Batman.
Sound of
So
Music.
those are two of my favorites.
How long is West Side Story?
About 2 hours, 2.5 hours, roughly, I think, or 2 hours
Okay.
and 40 minutes, something like that. Love the Saw movies. Well, hell yeah to that.
So do I.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun. I'm so excited for this rewatch. I haven't watched them in 3 years.
Oh, what, really?
3 years since I
Wow.
have it in my letterbox. I haven't watched them. We watched Jigsaw, which I hate, by the way. But when I say that, I think a lot of people don't understand. So let's clear the air something real quick. By the way, Saw X takes place in which timeline? Between 1 and 2.
Which is gonna be really interesting. I think.
It's going to be very Breaking Bad when they bring back Jesse and he's like looks like 20 years older than he was, but like they didn't acknowledge it.
I don't understand.
Anyway, Better Call Saul, he comes back. It'd be like if they didn't de-age RDJ or someone like 10 years later, you know? Yeah. So it doesn't bother me though. Anyway, Saw. I actually love the first movie. In fact, I think it will be bumped to a 5 out of 5 on
The
Letterboxd
first
next
3
time I watch
movies
it.
for me are great.
2 and
great.
the trilogy, yes. Even 4 has moments.
4 ties in really well with 3, so it's like a little bonus.
They become more about focusing on these gory traps instead of the intriguing plots the deeper you get.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. However, Saw X, I think that's the one for the rest of the year I'm most excited for.
Not for me, but it's close.
I mean, I need to also say I'm actually dumbass hyped for Dune 2. And I can't, the opening of my review will be, I'm literally going to pull my receipts. It's going to be a clip from my review, October of 2021, saying, it literally says, when part 2 comes out, I think I'll like this movie way more because I'll see the full, it's literally going to be the opening. No one can even say anything.
Probably,
So.
I mean, obviously most.
Hunger Games?
Yeah.
The
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. If that movie gets delayed, like.
Yeah.
You'll be here. You either be hearing from me or you will not be hearing from me, if you know what I mean. Like, oof. Oof.
They're not delaying that. That's too. Some of the movies are too big to. It's too big of a financial hit.
The thing is, it makes me so upset because I want Rachel Zegler to be able to talk about this movie.
It'll all be fun.
I want to see her on the red carpet.
We got another super chat from Mad Max. Do you think in like 5 years they might make Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 4?
No. James Gunn is forever and foremost now at DC, and I don't think that they would do anything Guardians related without him there to do it.
Not only would Marvel not move forward, I don't think, without him. Well, Marvel probably would because sometimes they'd be
they'll use the characters. I don't think there will be a specific Guardians movie anymore. I think they're going to keep it out of trilogy.
I don't think the Guardian actors would come back without James Gunn. They voiced that when he was fired back in the day. They were like, I don't want to do this third movie without him.
Yeah, I think like Star-Lord will be in projects, obviously, because it says spoilers said Star-Lord will return.
The movie's on Disney Plus like in a week, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think, we'll see characters in like group movies, but I think an individual Guardians movie is not going to happen again.
Yeah. Box Hunter, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. All right, we already answered this one.
Mm-hmm.
Main Gamer says, happy to see you liked Dead Reckoning.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to dislike a Mission Impossible movie unless it's the second one.
Valid. Thoughts on the Marvels trailer?
Loved it. I'm very excited for the Marvels. Once again, another one that I'm super sad that the strikes are keeping these actors from promoting this movie just because I love seeing Brie Larson talk about Captain Marvel. I was looking forward to seeing all of their press together, like including them on. I mean, interacting with them.
Comic-Con would have had a big thing for it, probably.
Yeah, I just want to be able to see Amon talk about it. I'm very excited that Miss Marvel is going to be the first like TV show character coming into a movie, like a character that was introduced in a TV show being put in a movie. I'm very excited for that. I wish that we could see them on the red carpet because Brie Larson always slays red carpets down, but the movie, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think it looks fun. I don't think anything can live up to Guardians 3, and it's like a lot of people are going to directly compare it to that, which is unfair.
Super unfair because
I do think that the comparison to Quantumania was valid. If it tops Quantumania, then that's doable.
I think it'll top Quantumania easily.
Easily?
Easily.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, We'll just have to see. We'll see. I will be watching the movie.
Yeah.
This is something I really want to talk about for Moon Knight. Heard Twitter rumors today that Thomas Hayden Church has heard rumors that Raimi and Maguire are working on Spider-Man 4. I heard this as well. Take it with a grain of salt, obviously. But
Tobey Maguire's so old.
If they, and bear with me here, if they do this movie, that pretty much greenlights who getting a third movie.
That's what I'm okay with.
Yeah.
If this leads to me finally getting TASM 3, I can't say what would happen to me on the internet.
Yeah, fair. So I am excited for whatever happens. I think that Spider-Man 4, give it to me. Give me TASM 3, or give me a 2/3 Spider-Man in a movie together without Tom, honestly.
Or honestly, I mean, I'm excited for Tom's next movie if they keep him sad and depressed and on by himself.
If they were smart, they would have already started development on that a long time ago, but they clearly care more about...
They can't anymore.
Well, I'm not talking about the strike, unrelated to the strike. I'm saying months and months before. 2021 is when No Way Home came out. They should have said, this movie, I think this is the 6th or 5th highest gross movie of all time. You know what? Let's just delay a sequel because no one likes Spider-Man and it clearly failed for us, Sony and Marvel. So let's push out Craven and Madam Web and all these other movies because we don't need to make another one of these and a whole new trilogy of billion to $2 billion films. Moronic. Anyway, there's my rant. What do I think will be Christopher Nolan's next movie?
We'll probably be married by the time he has the next movie.
I think that it should bring back Christian Bale. That's all I know. That's what I think they should do. Get Christian Bale and frankly bring back Leo. I know Leo works with like a bunch of Nolan should be in the rotation.
Where is he?
He's just chilling. But I'm fine to bring him back. I'm fine to bring him back though. Blue Beetle or Aquaman 2 gross more.
Gotta be Blue Beetle.
Honestly, both movies are gonna flop. Sadly, I think there could be both. I think Blue Beetle's gonna be good. Aquaman 2 not so much. But I just think I saw some early predictions like Blue Beetle coming out in the middle of August. Like August is a shit show for movies and no one goes.
Why?
No one just goes in August. It's like back to school, literally. And like people are just done with summer movie season. So I think Aquaman 2 if it comes out in Christmas.
Is Amber Heard is Aquaman 2?
I don't know or care, honestly. I don't want to talk about her. She annoys me.
I was just saying, like, I think if she's in it,
she's in it for 5 minutes and I screw her.
So. I know. I mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying what other people do.
Anyway, where were we? There we were. What is your favorite movie of the year so far? It's between Barbie and Oppenheimer. No, I'm kidding. It's between Oppenheimer and Guardians 3.
This art book from Across the Spider-Verse right here.
For those asking this question, see above.
Barbie.
Yeah, we've answered it and Oppenheimer for me. We have answered it a bunch though, but it is what it is. Okay. Scrolling through the chat here. We have 76 people here, by the way. Hit that like button if you guys are in here or on the replay. And we have a super chat. Huh?
I saw one I want you to read. We'll go back to it later.
Okay. Mad Max, $2 super chat. Thank you. At the least, I think we could see Toy Story 5 June 7th of 2025.
The fifth one?
Sadly.
I'm not watching that.
Sadly.
I'm not watching that.
I'm going to have to stomach it. You know how I feel about 4 after all this time. It's like, it's just bullshit. And I'm not going to lie. That's what it is. It's such a desperate move. Anyway, I don't know. The animation of that film, the nature of that work environment, I really don't know. I think that, honestly, talking about that makes me sick. The fact that they are actually greenlighting it. What are they doing? It's so desperate. Anyway, it's so desperate. But yeah.
Here, scroll. It was somewhere. That one.
This?
Yeah. I watch Glee all the time. He sees it whenever I have it on around him. Thoughts on Glee?
I like Darren Criss as Blaine.
Yeah.
He's a great singer.
He is.
And if you have a minute, why don't we go?
Yeah,
I like Glee soundtracks.
For sure, if you dream. You know, Taylor Swift just surpassed Glee on Spotify as the highest streamed artist or something like that. Like Glee was higher than her.
I saw that. Madness, really. Madness. Anyway, some of these we're just skipping around in the chat now because we've answered a bunch of them already. Looking through the chat. Looking through the chat. Ryan Gosling is the best actor that we got recently. Killian is good though. I mean, they're such different performances.
Mm-hmm.
Such different performances.
Extremely
the completely
different.
opposite end of acting.
Yeah.
I think Killian's better, but he also has 3 hours and a little more material to work with. Where Ryan Gosling's good, but it's comedic and it's, I don't know, it's so different, you know. On the one hand, it is hard to be goofy and silly like he is, but on the other, Killian went to a very, very dark place. So anyway, there it is. Network 98 with Super Chat. Thank you. How's life going, you two? I don't know what the last part of your Super Chat means, but thank you. Life's going well. We had a great Barbenheimer weekend and saw Mission Impossible. Saw 6 movies last week. Haunted Mansion, Barbie, Oppenheimer. Barbie and Oppenheimer double feature, Mission Impossible rewatch. Packed. That's the most in my life in the span of a week that I've ever gone to the cinema. And I don't see that ever getting topped, really. Yeah, it was so life's going well. Thank you for the Super Chat. I'm going to answer this. Yes, we're seeing Gran Turismo. That's the next one I'm seeing, I think, in theaters, because I already saw Haunted Mansion. And David Harbour, Will Turner himself, Orlando Bloom. I'm sad. I'm sad.
Legolas. Lego loss.
I wish we got more with Emily Blunt character. They showed one night of her with the baby and they never touched it again. The relationship was odd to me.
Yeah, I also... I won't spoil anything, but the scene that she has at the end of the movie, like the scene she has in the third act, I found myself not wanting that scene to end. Like, it ended too soon for me. I wanted it to keep going because she was so good.
Yeah.
I definitely wish we saw more of her in the movie for sure.
I do too, but at the same time, I think that might have been a bit of the point to show how dysfunctional their relationship was.
Did they ever get their kid back? Like, what was going on?
Again, I think that shows how consumed Oppenheimer was with his work and life. And their relationship was sort of dysfunctional, in my opinion. So, yeah. Do you think Gosling will get nominated or win? I don't think he wins, but he gets nominated.
Wow.
That means he's beating Killian or RDJ. Yeah. Or potentially Leo or De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Those people are all so old, though.
Jesus. Ryan Gosling is not a young buck anymore, Cam.
He's younger than all of those.
By about 10 years. You're really... So you're calling Killian an old man?
No, not Killian.
Leo's not even an old man. The only old man on that list, and I hate to even say that, is Robert De Niro.
Leo defending himself when he dates 26-year-olds. I'm not even that old.
Christ. Let's see. What made you cry in Barbie?
Oh, man. A couple things.
You can...
I'll try and be as strong and concise for you as I possibly can.
Well, not spoil. I just don't want to, just in case, you know.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's the only thing. Spoilers.
There's a beautiful montage at the end of the movie that made me cry the most. There is a scene between Barbie and when she sees an old woman for the first time. And I think Margot's performance in that scene in particular, she literally just says one line, and the way she delivers it is just so perfect. And that scene makes me cry. Seeing the relationship between the mother and daughter of Gloria and Sasha really gets to me as somebody who, I mean, obviously has a mom. Had to come from somewhere, right? Because relationships between mothers and daughters are usually very, very complicated. Like, there's a part in the movie where the mom goes to, like, move the daughter's hair out of her face, and the daughter, like, shoves her off. And, like, I guarantee you every 13-year-old daughter has done that to their mom. And then once you get older, like, you think about how you acted towards your mom when you were a teenager, and you just feel awful about it because moms are just girls, you know? And teenage girls normally are every teenage girl has at least one moment where they were awful to their mom, and you always regret it when you get older. And I just love my mom. I do. She still annoys me sometimes, but I still love her.
That's funny. Yeah, there you have it. Sorry, there's a lot of repeat questions here, so I'm trying to find one to answer. Favorite character from both movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer?
Those are your answers?
No,
Or-
from the movies Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Barbie, obviously, but if I'm not going Barbie, Alan.
Okay.
She's great.
Yeah.
America, what's her last name? Ferrera?
Mhm.
Also gave a great performance,
Mhm.
but I just think Alan was super funny and cute and quirky. From Oppenheimer, whoever Jack Quaid played. I don't know who that person is, but he was funny.
I would say from Barbie. I'm looking at you in the monitor. You want to know my answer so bad, don't you?
I think it's obvious, isn't it?
It's Ken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ken for sure. I just didn't know if that was Spark.
No,
Okay.
no.
Ken.
You know what's funny is that you specifically Ryan Gosling's Ken, because there's a bunch of Kens and a bunch of
You're
Barbies
right, yeah.
in the movie.
Stereotypical Ken, I believe.
Beach Ken.
Beach Ken.
Mind you, that is his job.
Yeah.
So don't disrespect Beach.
Yeah, might be. Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer? Those are your answers.
You could say Oppenheimer. I would also think maybe I want to shout someone here. Let's think of a deep cut from that movie. I'll go with.
I gave my deep.
Ooh, two here. Alden Ehrenreich's character, who's in the scenes with RDJ in the room, and then Rami Malek has a great moment near the end of the movie. So those two, I'll shout them out.
Jinx.
That was really weird. You were gonna say something though.
I was gonna say I saw a funny tweet today. You know that photo of Josh Peck from Drake and Josh where he's like, Megan.
Yeah.
And the tweet's like, Josh Peck literally made this face at one point in Oppenheimer and it almost took me out of the movie. I know exactly what part of the movie they're talking about.
I think I do too.
He like makes a face where he's like, I think he's trying to be like this,
yeah.
But it looked like a.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
I'm surprised he's in the movie, but no, it's not a bad thing.
I mean, if he auditioned and got it, good for him.
Fallout or Dead Reckoning story better?
Fallout.
Easily. Fallout's the GOAT Mission Impossible movie. All right, let's check it. Let's take a look here. I'm laughing.
Zoe 102 comes out on Thursday?
I guess so.
I saw that in a comment. Sorry.
I guess so, yeah. Wow.
I will
Are you
be
gonna
watching
watch it?
that for sure.
You'll be sat?
Yeah. I'll
Um,
probably watch it with Jordan. She'll be here.
spoilers for movies in the chat, I see. Anyway, I feel like this will be Nolan's year. Yeah, eventually it's just like when it's someone's time, and I feel like that's the case with Nolan this year.
Saying it's someone's year is not a good thing, though, apparently.
Yeah.
So, gotta be careful what you say.
This is true. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Where are you? Saw X coming soon. Damn right it is. Still haven't seen a trailer. Apparently we're getting a trailer this week. Oh, Titanic's a 3-hour movie. I don't know if you knew that or not, but Titanic is. I think we had mentioned that.
I love Titanic.
Have you heard about the new Barbenheimer? Yeah, Saw Patrol. We were talking about this. Saw Patrol is the new one. I actually have a video I made talking about upcoming double features in the year. Saw Patrol, I think the creator also comes out that day. It's a big weekend at the movies.
I wish that Saw and Five Nights at Freddy's came
Oh my
out the
God.
same day.
Why would you not have
Five
that?
Nights at Jigsaw or Five Nights at Saw?
Exactly, yeah. Anyway.
X Nights at Freddy's.
You should watch Haunting of Hill House. We're going to watch that together.
Yeah.
We are for sure watching that together. And we finished the Conjuring movies.
Chris has been on his
My horror kick.
Horror
Conjuring
kick.
3? Meh. You know?
bad.
Damn near.
I didn't enjoy it.
Damn near bad.
I was not having a fun time.
No, the first two are on another level, just like Insidious 1 and 2 compared to the rest of the series.
James Wan needs to stop making Aquaman movies and come back to where he belongs.
I hope he never
Immediately.
directs another. He also directed a Fast and Furious movie,
I need him to stop
specifically
doing
horror.
that.
from
I
here on out.
respect getting your bag, but you gotta stop.
Yeah.
James, baby, come back. The kids miss you. Like, get home
Yep.
immediately.
Yeah, your time has come. Let's see. There you go.
Do you like to have any input before I answer? I'll go first.
Yeah, please.
I obviously Speak Now is my favorite Taylor Swift album. There's a couple things on the album that kind of make me upset. Like, my favorite song by her ever is Haunted. And she changes one word in one of the lyrics and it makes me really mad. In the original, it's getting dark and it's all too quiet. And in the re-recording, it's getting dark and it's all so quiet and throws me off. But other than that, beautiful album. beautiful vault tracks, some of my favorite vault tracks for sure. You like Electric Touch and I Can See You. Those
That
are
is
some of
correct.
your favorite songs.
That is correct. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those are the two that I like a lot. But yeah, I enjoy it. But there's Cam's thoughts.
I recently just got my vinyl for Speak Now in the mail.
August 2nd, Guardians 3 Disney Plus. That is correct. I cannot wait. Should I rewatch Pirates? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. I answered a lot of these are about like my favorite movies of the year, and I've already kind of answered those, so I'm skipping through those. Nolan makes the most wild and unpredictable movie concepts. Yeah, I have no clue. He'll probably have some original concept next, and I could not begin to tell you. Honestly, give us Robert Pattinson with him again, and I'm good. Give us Robert Pattinson on the screen with Nolan again. I think that's they're due to work together again. So I'm here for that. Aquaman 2, there's people are talking about the chats. Like, I don't even care about that movie really. I'll watch it, but I don't really care. When do I think Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland will come out? 2027 at this rate. I mean, for real. I don't even know if they're writing the movie. So we got a long way to go with that. Are you going to see the Meg 2 or Equalizer 3? Not the Meg 2. That trailer's bad. And possibly the Equalizer 3. I'd have to watch the first two Equalizer movies before that. I think Murphy, Downey Jr., Pugh, and Damon nominated. No way did Matt Damon and Florence Pugh get nominated. They're really good, but it's not their...
Florence Pugh wasn't even in the movie enough.
And nor was Damon, in my opinion. Damon was good, but it's not their time to get nominated, you know? Yeah, you just don't know. So people are saying that... That's funny. I don't think that Damon gets nominated for Air. I don't think anyone really gets nominated for Air. That's just my opinion, though. Really good movie, but I just don't think anyone gets nominated for acting. Let's see. Yeah, the director of District 9 Elysium is doing...
You know what I just
Gran Turismo.
realized?
His name is Neil Blomkamp, I believe.
We're talking about back to like Oscar
Yeah.
talk. We're all like Peaches or I'm Just Ken for Best Original Song. We fully have forgotten that The Little Mermaid came out. That could actually win. Those are serious songs. Wild Uncharted Waters could and should win over both of those, in my opinion. The other two go viral for memeability and because it's funny, but Wild Uncharted Waters, in terms of being a song, is a far, far better song than both of those combined.
We'll see. It'll be a competitive one, Cam. I'm Just Ken is just so impressive.
But it's not a real song.
It is. It's very real. It's deep.
Not you switching up. Switching up on Wild Uncharted Waters. You were all about that song for a whole month after that movie came out.
Did I ever say it?
No, but you're switching up.
No, I'm not.
I think Little Mermaid could win. Should definitely get nominated.
It probably will. That would be the one, though.
It's got a couple of songs.
The other songs aren't original, right? So they could...
There's one. There's
The Scuttlebutt.
For the First time.
The Scuttlebutt.
For the First time is one that
The
Ariel
Scuttlebutt,
sings.
too.
Shut up. I'm having a serious
I
conversation.
know, I'm just messing with you. No, yeah, that one... Is that the one where she, like, comes on land? For the first time. Yeah, there's two good ones there that could get nominated, for sure. It'll be fun. We'll see what happens. We shall see.
I want freaking Lin-Manuel Miranda to get an EGOT. I want him at EGOT status immediately. So I hope I need him to win an Oscar. Has he won an Oscar?
I don't know.
I don't think he won an Oscar.
I don't know. He was nominated for Moana, I want to say.
But he didn't win.
I don't know.
I think I need him to win actually because I want him to get EGOT status for all the people that don't like him.
Yeah. How much did Oppenheimer make? It made $80 million domestic, about 175 worldwide opening weekend, I believe. Which
both movies have made more
impressive.
than what they cost to make, right? Word.
Yep. And they're just going to keep racking it up. Keep on racking it up. Thoughts on Haunted Mansion? Got a full review coming out tomorrow, so I can't see too much, but spooky in a family-friendly way. It's fun.
Scary, skeletons.
Yeah, it's fun.
Shivers down your spine, stuff like that.
Yeah, so Conjuring 1 and 2 on the same level. I think I'd take 1 over 2.
Yeah.
What's
2 had a scary-ass thing happen that really got to me personally.
Yep.
We've been watching, so we watched all the Insidious movies, and then we watched all the Conjuring movies, and I think it's safe to say you jump a little bit more than I do.
It's true.
But something did happen in the second Conjuring movie that got me bad. I was like, Chris, gotta pause the movie because I'm just gonna need a second.
It was loud as shit.
Yeah, it was like a scream.
God,
I'm talking about it like I can't spoil it. Yeah, they like some demonic scream that I wasn't expecting at like the very beginning of the movie.
Yep.
And Normally jump scares don't get me because I'm ready for a visual. Like, but when it was an audio jump scare, like we didn't see anything, it was just audio, so it got me. I was like, ah.
Yep.
But other
3,
than-
I had no jump scares that got me in the third movie. What about you?
Not a single
No.
one. I
disappointing.
don't know how much really got me in the first one. I can't remember.
The clap got you.
Yeah.
That's an iconic one, so I
didn't
knew
know
about
it was
it. But
coming.
but yeah. Oh yeah, if they do announce Conjuring 4 with Juan directing, immediately most anticipated horror movie. Immediately, I agree.
Absolutely.
He
just makes all the best ones. Like, what do you even mean?
Yeah.
Insidious, the first film.
I'm excited to watch Malignant soon.
Oh, can we do that tonight?
Possibly.
Oh, guys, if you haven't seen Malignant, you gotta watch it. It's good.
I know you've seen it, but I haven't. I want to watch it.
Even though you know everything.
I think, at least. I don't. That's what I say. Someone told me something, but I literally only remember one thing about the movie. I don't think it's going to ruin it.
I don't even remember the movie. I just remember that I enjoyed it when I watched it.
I don't think this movie will ever happen. I know they have talked about doing a Karate movie, but I don't think it's actually ever going to come. So I don't think it's ever going to see the light of day. That's my take on that. We'll probably take a few more questions here. So super chat's the way to go to guarantee we get
Someone
to
said
it.
thoughts on The Bear season 2.
There it is. Thoughts on The Bear season 2.
Good. I need the third season immediately.
It needs to be greenlit immediately.
Because the first season ended, the way the first season ended could have
ended the
easily
show.
been the end of the show. But the way this one ended
Could
cannot be the end of the show at all. So I'm gonna need them to get on that immediately.
It's
Thank you
just
very
not very
much.
satisfying, you know. Like
Yeah.
as it's so that's why I think season 1's ending was way more
Ending
satisfying.
of season 1 of The Bear got me bad for some reason. Like I was just an average enjoyer of The Bear, and then they give me this one shot of John Bernthal smiling, and I don't know why it got me so bad. I started sobbing.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know what
It's
happened.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
I don't know what
Mhm.
happened. It was a really weird thing for me. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm crying right now, but
Beautiful.
I am.
I love season 2. We need season 3. Do you think Bradley Cooper might get nominated? So he does have a movie coming out called Maestro about Leonard Bernstein, who did the music for West Side Story and all that. I think that's his name. And so it's a biopic about him. He's directing the movie. He's also starring in the movie.
Sondheim did West Side Story.
I know, but I thought, well, there was someone who did the actual music. I'm gonna look this up and make sure I'm not. Yeah. You're right about Sondheim, but he's playing someone in the movie named Leonard Bernstein, and Leonard Bernstein.
That name does sound familiar.
I'm pretty sure is a very famous composer who did music for West Side Story. There's a difference between writing the lyrics and that composing the music, I think. But let's look this up.
Yeah, look it up for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Musical conceived by Jerome Robbins with music by Leonard Bernstein, lyrics by Stephen Sondheim.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he did the music.
So who's gonna play Stephen?
He's a composer,
Stephen Sondheim
maestro.
in the
Maestro.
movie? Click on that one.
That's a good question. Favorite moment of The Conjuring 2?
Do you have a favorite moment? Can you help me?
I really liked the.
I already told you the part that got me, that
Well,
scared me.
The part that we both didn't like at all because it was too intense was the nun shadow scene with the painting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really didn't like that. I was like, oh.
That was way too intense, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
I didn't like that for a second.
So yeah, I would say that scene's up there. That scene's up there.
Yeah. I just was like, can we just move?
But my favorite moment might be when we saw Ed playing the guitar. That was really sweet. You know, he's so
that
father.
Was very imagery
Yeah.
close to the sound of the music.
And kind of The Last of Us to me.
Yeah. I love Ed and Lorraine.
The Last of Us 2.
I don't know if I can remember. I'll think about it and get back to you, but I love Ed and Lorraine so much as characters. I was deeply concerned the entire film that Ed was going to die. Like deeply concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that I was wrong.
Best Karate Kid movie, the first, and it's not close particularly. I wish Michael Caine was in it as well. I hope that Michael Caine does come and do another movie with him. We'll see. Thoughts on The Invincible season 2? What's up, Mad Titan? How you doing?
I'm hyped for it.
I haven't watched that Adam Eve Ep yet. I
gotta watch that too.
I need to rewatch the whole show actually.
Yeah, we probably will do that before it comes out.
1,000,000%.
I kind of hate that it's split into 4 episodes and 4 episodes, and the next 4 come out in like January. Do you know that?
I thought they were dropping them all on November 3rd. The Invincible?
Yeah, it's like the first 4 episodes in November and then the next 4 in January.
And where do you hear that from?
Like Twitter.
I just want to look this up
Go ahead and fact check me, but that's what I heard.
I'm not. It has nothing to do with you.
No, I'm not saying. I'm literally not saying it. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong.
I mean, I only saw Discussing Film, and they said that it's streaming on.
I hope I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I might have been misinformed. I don't care. Regardless, I'm excited for it. I really love Adam Eve as a character. I think she's dope. I do need to watch her thing. We were at the movies all day when that came out, so I haven't watched it yet. But I love Adam Eve, and I'm excited to see more of her. Excited to see more of all the Invincible characters. It's a great show.
All it says is November 3rd. I don't know if that means they're doing 3 eps and then weekly eps.
Okay, word.
That will end in January.
Then disregard anything I said.
I have
Just
no
disregard.
clue. Yeah.
Disregard.
What's the most scared you've ever been in a movie? Probably the first Conjuring or the first Insidious.
Yeah, you were bad.
Probably the first Insidious, just because
he kept watching it.
Finally watched a horror movie of that caliber that I was scared of my whole life.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say that if I had to pick one. Will you watch the other Conjuring movies? Yes, I'm gonna watch them. Even if you don't, I'm going to.
Why would I not?
There's 3 Annabelle movies, a Nun movie, a new Nun movie coming out, and then The Curse of La Llorona.
I really want Chris to watch the Paranormal Activity movies. I just feel like they're a staple, and you've got to stop watching scarier movies before you watch Paranormal Activity. Because you're gonna get numb to it, and then you're gonna think Paranormal Activity sucks.
Well, there's a very good possibility that those movies actually do suck.
But they don't. They're just fun, scary movies. They'll get you still, but they're not like.
Is there any story?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I'm not saying it's a
my
good one.
knowledge of the Paranormal Activity franchise is like
I'm not saying it's a good story.
Security camera footage of people in the middle of the night with a demon.
You've just gotta watch it.
Okay. I'll suffer through them.
It's not a suffer.
We'll see if they're any good. I'll be honest and I'll go in fair, but we'll see. Anyway. Sinister is another one. Yeah. I've been so scared to watch Sinister my whole life. It's like a dark ass movie. It's a one-off with Ethan Hawke. And he like finds videotapes in the attic of like
Black Phone.
Of like, have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen Black Phone?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, anyway, it's like really, really dark and messed up. And I've heard about Sinister, but I don't know if I could ever stomach it. But I think I could probably. I don't know.
I think if you can stomach Saw, you could probably stomach.
Well, no, it's like more like in line of The Conjuring and stuff with demonic stuff. But
you could stomach it.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably do anything at this point. I've seen The Conjuring and
big boy,
Insidious.
I believe in you.
People were like, those are the scariest movies ever. So if I can handle those, should be fine. Anyway. Stranger Things I prefer over Breaking Bad. It's my personal preference.
Same.
Opinions on the Gen V trailer is what it's called, actually. Do you think it is worth delaying The Boys season 4? I mean, obviously, I would rather have The Boys season 4. You know what I mean? Like, but the spinoff did have characters from The Boys. Oh. And it's I don't know the timeline of it, but I do think it's gonna fill in some gaps. So I will tune in, and we'll see what happens. But hey, I like the trailer. I have a reaction up on my channel. Let's see. Are you feeling better now, Cam? From your surgery?
Yes.
That's very good to hear. Okay. Where are we at? Favorite animated Spider-Man movie or show? Into the Spider-Verse for me. For you? Across, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite Rocky and Creed movie? Favorite Rocky movie is the first. Favorite Creed movie is the first. She hasn't seen them.
Any.
Have you played Hogwarts Legacy? Cam has. I've played bits of it, but not really.
Yeah. I've seen the first 5 minutes of Rocky.
Yeah. You have years ago. You probably don't even remember it.
He was running around.
What age do you recommend Oppenheimer for? At least, honestly, 17, 18. But even then, you might not be able to fully appreciate it. I don't know. I think 17, 18.
If you're not old enough to have learned about Oppenheimer in your history class yet, so that would be junior year of high school probably, you probably shouldn't see the movie. And
it's not even content. It's just you literally might not appreciate it at the age.
You might not understand it. There's also nudity and stuff. So I'm not about to recommend a child go and sees that.
Valid. Can something happen when watching Paranormal Activity? Yeah, I could see that happening. That's my fear.
Someone asked what my favorite Comic-Con is.
What is it?
I said that's a hard question. I don't know. I value when I met the Hobbits. I hold that in such high esteem because
That was here, right?
That was so fun. Yeah.
Wow.
That was in February. And
Like in Atlanta.
Meeting them was so fun and awesome and incredible. But then I also met Charlie Cox and Joseph Quinn.
Yeah. I would say MegaCon was slammed, but we only went there for one day.
Yeah.
But I liked Atlanta a lot because it was like close to home, and we met so many people, and like the lines weren't crazy.
Yeah.
That one was good.
Probably that one.
Sorry, my nose is itching.
Even though my interaction with Charlie Cox is probably... My interaction with Charlie Cox rivals my interaction with Billy Boyd for top spot.
Sure. Do you think Dead Reckoning Part 2 could be better than Fallout? Yeah, I do.
For me, Dead Reckoning Part 1, after thinking on it for a while, in the first, like, part of the movie, I was kind of like, I feel like it's lacking action. It's the weirdest start of the whole Mission
franchise.
Impossible normally has.
It just throws you in the middle of something, and it's a little strange.
Normally, you don't get the talking and the exposition of a Mission Impossible movie until, like, end of Act 2, beginning of Act 3. And the first, like, half the movie is normally, like, all action, and you're like, wow, what's going on? And normally they open with, like, a crazy action sequence, and this one kind of
didn't. Yeah, it's the worst opening, I think. I don't mean that in a bad way.
It gave me all the exposition in the beginning, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't care for this right now. Give me Tom Cruise jumping off of something. I don't care.
I am excited. I watched the story trailer. It looks good. I'm excited to keep playing it, and I will be Twitch streaming that again soon. The Bear or Outer Banks? The Bear's a way better show.
Yeah, but
Outer Banks is so much fun to rewatch.
So much fun. I'm going to go Outer Banks only for the reason that I love The Bear, and I do think objectively The Bear is a better show, but The Bear does tend to overstimulate me because everyone's talking and there's lots of loud noises, and like it's like I feel like I have to be in a very specific mindset to watch The Bear, which is true. It took me a while to finish season 2 because I didn't want to watch it while I was recovering from my surgery. But I could put on Outer Banks whenever. Actually, as I'm watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, after I finished season 1, I was like, I feel like I need to put on Outer Banks to like for a palate cleanse because The Summer I Turned Pretty is very cringy. I will still watch it because I love cringe, but yeah, Outer Banks probably.
That's the one show under the sun that you will never convince me to watch.
I would never attempt to convince you to watch it.
I'm just letting you know.
I don't want you to watch it.
Like there are some where I'm like, oh, I'll watch it, and I do, but like. It offends you deeply when I say that, don't you?
It's just like you don't need to go into like such
it's so
deep and emotional.
It's just so
you don't
painfully cringe.
You don't need to do that though. Like no one's asking for your opinion on it right now, so you can just.
Percy Jackson books are fantastic beast movies.
Percy Jackson books.
I have not watched Scott Pilgrim. I've seen like 30 minutes of it and turned it off. This was years ago.
The whole movie.
Does he have like?
Yeah, his like eyebrows are weird. Oh, okay. They like glued them up.
Oh wow, interesting.
I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right movie. He's in Scott Pilgrim, correct?
Yes, he is. One of the evil exes of the movie that I'll never fully watch, probably. And we'll do like one or two more questions. Who's the best character in Stranger Things? Hopper?
Max.
Wow. No, yeah, Max is a great character. And that might be a good one to end on, huh? Yeah, I think that's a good one to end on. That'll do it for this live Q&A, this film stocked live, I should say. Barbenheimer was a success. Thank you all so much for watching. Let us know in the comments on the replay. Barbie or Oppenheimer, which movie do you like more? Which one do you prefer? Hit that like button, subscribe to that notification bell. Check out Cam, all of our social medias. Cameron Silas or Cam Silas across the board. And more content coming this week. A lot of stuff. Check out my recent reaction to the Gen V trailer. Lots to look forward to as we approach the rest of the year and rest of the summer. But that's all she wrote. Thank you guys for hanging out. And until next time, see you guys later.